Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Matt, EliteThrowsCoaching.com, end of another long day of coaching and training here at the gym. We are right in the middle of track season, according to my calendar. This is, I think, our week 6. I think it's like 12-week season, 11-week season here in Rhode Island, 12 weeks if you make the New England regional meet. So we are dead in the middle of our season. So hopefully you are all having a great season. Hopefully you are taking advantage of these videos, sharing them, liking them, watching them, learning from them, and taking little tidbits from these videos out to practice with you every single day. Before we go into the circle and I show you number 5 of our list of top 10 faults and corrections in the shot put and discus, rotational shot and discus, just wanted to alert everybody to please subscribe to the channel by clicking that link right down below, and also click that notification bell that pops up. That way you're notified. We don't just do videos like this every single week. We are also doing free video analysis sessions for people. We're about a week behind on those, so if you have sent them in, look for it on the channel in about a week. And I also do like random Q&As as they pop up. So I try to do about anywhere from 4 to 6 videos a week. So make sure click that subscribe button so you're notified when a new video comes out. Let's take you in the circle. We are going to go through problem number 5, which is not having zero support in the rotational shot and the discus. Don't know what that is? Gonna take you out there right now and explain what that means. Okay, so let's talk about support. First and foremost, what is zero support? Well, basically in the rotational shot and in the discus, you have 3 different phases. There is double support, where both feet are on the ground, so you literally have 2 points of support, 2 points of connection on the ground. You then have single support, which is where you are on 1 foot, and then zero support is where both feet come off the ground. So if you were to look, there's basically 5 different support phases as we go through the rotational shot and the discus. So double support, both feet are on the ground. Single support, 1 foot comes off the ground. Okay, zero support is where you're driving through the circle and both feet come off the ground. Back into single, and then back into double, and then we can throw. So double, single, zero, single, double. 5 different support phases in the rotational shot and the discus. But what we tend to see a lot of times, especially with newer, younger throwers, is that there is no zero support. They basically try to walk across the circle without actually leaving the ground, without leaving the circle, without losing connection with the ground. So what they do is they pivot out of the back, and then they try to almost kind of step a far distance. They try to kind of take a big giant step across the circle. Or if they don't know to get far enough across the circle, they take a little step and they walk. So they never get into a zero support phase. It's basically double, single, double, single, double. There's really no zero support phase. So a lot of other coaches don't really agree with me when I say this, but this is why I call the discus running down the circle. A lot of people don't like the terminology running, they don't like jumping, they don't like leaping. There's no good term to describe that zero support phase. But I like to say it's like running down the circle. Now, why is that? Well, if they have race walking in your area, or if you've ever witnessed a race walking event, you know that the rules of race walking, the reason why they walk and kind of move their hips the way that they do, is because they always have to have 1 foot on the ground. When you walk, 1 foot is always on the ground. So you've always got 1 foot on the ground when you walk. When you run, both feet come off the ground. So sometimes when I'm working with a newer, younger thrower, I'll tell them to run across the circle, because running kind of gets that image of their head that they're here, and they actually have to kind of give a little bit of a run, give a little bit of a hop, jump, leap, scoot, prance, whatever you want to say, across that circle, meaning both feet have to come off the ground. So essentially what we're trying to accomplish is a very low ramp. We really don't want this to be a leap in the air. We don't want this to be a jump in the air. We want to avoid your right foot, if you're a lefty, I'm sorry, if you're a righty, your right foot from coming up in the air, going down to the ground, and then up and down again. We don't want it to be a jump where your foot's going from low to high to low here, low to high. We don't want to see that big leap or that big jump through the circle. We're essentially trying to get your right foot, if you're a righty, your right foot from here down into the circle. So it's not an up and a landing motion. It's a downward motion into the circle, landing on the ball of the right foot. So we don't want to come low and then go up with our foot. And we don't want to go up and down with the foot. We want to get in zero support, be here, and then drive down into the circle. All right, so my favorite drill to teach somebody how to get into zero support is to basically set up an apparatus like this. I like to show them and explain to them what I'm looking for. So this is a 6-inch plyo box. You probably have some type of a step or a box or something at your school that you can use. And I want to explain to them that I want the right foot to go from about 6 inches off the ground to down to the ground. I do the same thing with glide shot put. If you have kids that are gliding and kicking their feet way up in the air, I explain to them I want about 6 inches down to the toe board. I don't want any up and down motion. I want a nice straight line. 6 inches off the circle or off the ground, and then down into the middle in a straight line. No ups and downs and no crazy stuff like that. Once I explain that to them, then I get rid of the stick or the board or whatever you were using, and I take something like a jump rope or a stretch out strap or a toe strap. You can even put a towel down, and I lay that towel from essentially about 2 o'clock to about 8 o'clock directly across the circle, giving them plenty of room. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get the power foot to land where it would be in that power position. We want to see the right foot in that position. We don't want to see the right foot over here. We don't want to see the right foot over here. We don't want to be in the back of the circle here. We want to get across that circle. We want to get into zero support, get across the circle, and get that right foot turned over here toward 9 o'clock. And we want to be where we would normally set up in a power position. So I have kind of a narrow power position. You might be a little bit wider of a power position, but we want to be in the front half of that circle. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set this up in a place where they can get their foot, and it's going to be lined up so they can drive across that circle. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit of playing. It's going to take a little bit of adjustment, especially depending on if you have taller and shorter throwers. You may have to move the box in and out a little bit. But essentially what we're going to do, we're going to get in a nice low position. You do this without a discus or a shot in the hand. Let's pretend we have a shot in our hand for this one. We're going to turn in, out, all the stuff that we've been talking about, getting left, all that good stuff, out. And I'm going to try to put the heel of my foot on the box. I don't want to be turned this way, and I don't want to be flat-footed this way. I want to be up on the heel. And then from here, we're going to push off of the left foot. We're not going to push off the right and move the box. We're going to drive off the left into the rest of the throw. So, to show you in full speed, here's what it looks like. Shot circle, get low, shot up against the neck, in, out, touch, drive, push down, and we're in that power position. Okay, so it's a great way to teach your athletes what it means to get into zero support. It also shows them where their right foot or their power foot should be landing in the circle. And it also teaches them to sweep and lead with the inside of the right foot and the inside of the knee, because their heel is going to be on that box. So really, it shows them a lot of proper positions to get into when they are going through their throw. while they are in zero support. All right, that's it. I'm beat. I'm going home. It is like 10 o'clock at night right now. I started coaching this afternoon at 1 p.m. Been 9 straight hours of coaching, plus I lifted myself. So I'm beat. I'm going home. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I know I'm enjoying doing them. I really like helping everybody out. We've been doing these videos now for, gosh, probably about almost 8 years at this point. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for reaching out and watching these videos. As always, guys, there's going to be some stuff that pops up on the screen. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, and click all that stuff that's popping up. We've got 9 spots left for our overnight camp at Allegheny College. That's going to be one of the things that pops up. The subscribe button is going to be another one, and then the link to the full playlist, which has all 5 of these videos, is going to pop up as well. So click all that stuff that just popped up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next week.